everything, and YouTube don't promote my stuff and anything because it don't make them any money, and I don't care if it makes them any fucking money. And I've been trying to make money with them, but they don't want to work with me. And what can you do with a situation like that? It's going to continue to be off balance and off balance and off balance. But anyway, let me get to the video I'm going to talk about. Motorola, I'm going to tell you points why it makes its own. For one, their Android program is like nobody else's. You know what I'm saying? You look at Samsung. What Samsung does, when Apple make a move to get eliminated, what does Samsung do? Monkey see, monkey do. They've been doing it for years. And I'm fucking sick of it. What do Motorola do? They stay in their fucking ground. They stay in their ground. But then some of their products too didn't have a charger in the box. Like the 2024 these dollars that I bought. And it's just crazy how these companies do. But then there's some things that Motorola's on its own. You had Samsung decks, but Motorola's way more better than Samsung decks. You have a Sixer series that hadn't come here to America. And that Razor Fold is badass. I got to put my hands on one. And I'm loving it over the two folds that Samsung are bringing out. And pin support. But what Motorola should have done was able to put the pin inside the phone. But you know, first generation. So I hope second generation of their fold, they had the pin built inside the phone. They may have to make it a little bit thicker, but they did that to make it thinner. So that's what they did. You know what I'm saying? And it's $100 pen off the chain, you know. I think when I go ahead and get that, what's up, Jay Maris, whatever your name is, yeah. I just rather just get the phone without the pen, to be honest with you. I have a I have a G stylus, you know what I mean? Without the pen, you know what I mean? With the pen on it, this 2024 here. Only got this. This is my temporary phone until I get the Moto one. Moto OS is completely different from Samsung's and all that, you know what I'm saying? More powerful, it's very much more faster too. You gotta remember Motorola's on this home for these reasons. They're the ones that created the cell phones back in the day. That's not the 90s, in the 80s and 70s. They're the ones that created the car phone. The car phone. Now you don't understand, Jarvis. I'm giving you the history. Apple wasn't around in these times. It wasn't for Motorola. None of this stuff would exist. Nothing. Nothing. I remember in the 90s and 80s, I saw car phones. I saw car phones. You plug into the cigarette lighter and make a phone call. And back in the 80s, only doctor and pagers, two beepers were made by Motorola. And if you were poor and broke and you was in the middle class, you didn't receive none of this. You didn't see none of that. No, get into your feeling. Now, you say, bye, no, I'm speaking truth. You wouldn't be able to enjoy no iPhone without Motorola. You're looking at the phones now and you're getting in your feelings. No. I'm not letting that slide. I'm giving you facts. I'm giving you truth. Do your research. All them back in day phones in 80s, 70s, and 90s, and you had to plug into a Atlantic jack, was made by Motorola. Your big fat cell phone that was like 2 to 3 pounds that you carry in your pocket back in the 90s, that Sprint. The only exclusive company that had that and stuff at AT&T was all Motorola. Pages was Motorola. And voice stream was Motorola phone that I bought for my homeboy years ago. That was all Motorola. So there wasn't For Motorola, the cell phone market would not exist. And our brothers and sisters created these cell phones too. You know what I mean? So don't be sheep, people. Learn the history. When you learn the history and you apply it to now, and when you're trying to grow, it will help you out in so many ways in 2026. And you have governments trying to bury these secrets. You dig? You know what I mean? And I'm just letting you know. And stuff like that, you're going to be able to do some amazing things. Putting cell phones into classes. You know what I'm saying? AI is taking over. Learn the AI system, what it could do. Right now, they have the upper hand. We have the chance to get the upper hand on it right now to make something of it. I'm talking to people here who do tech and everything. When I was on these channels, being on my feelings, no. The robots don't have feelings. They make you appear that they have feelings because they programmed it. These food robots and everything. These food robots are getting knocked the fuck out in Philadelphia. And they're getting beat up. And in LA too. It's a resistance going on. But you want to own part of the technology, go to Fair Co-op to own part of the technology and stuff like that. That's what you got to do. But we're going to go back to Motorola. And Motorola has a lot of history in this game with a lot of companies. Nextel. Stop being a pussy. You're going to get canceled. You've been canceled. Because you want to be a pussy when I'm speaking the truth. I'm used to your truth. I dealt with the worst of the worst. I dealt with the Carloses. I dealt with the Beasleys. And Beasley's not alive now, so you don't have him no more. And rest assured, Beasley still got love for you. But I'm here to let you know. Majority of 99 to 95% of your phones are Motorolas. Until HTC could take the market over. Nextel was all Motorola's. Cats had a code to make their Nextels untraceable from the police while they did crimes. In Chester and Philadelphia. And here's the difference here too. Motorola ran the whole entire thing with the CBs and stuff like that for cops to listen into for crimes and to bust people down. They made CB radios. I'm proud of Motorola. Which is why I'm getting their fold. They came a long way. Motorola, in the next few years, if they follow the right blueprint, will be its own company by itself. Samsung ain't gonna be able to do nothing because Samsung is cutting corners. They're cutting corners. The 8 that they're coming out with ain't gonna compare to this first Motorola Razr Fold at all. It's not gonna compare to that. So you can get in your feelings all you want. The truth is the truth. The real is the real. I want this company to succeed to be the top notch. And you pull up Motorola, just their name alone, they got so many products. Samsung's going down the tubes. I'm gonna let you know. How come I have an S23 and I have a Motorola Edge 23 stuff? The S20. Let me show you something. We're gonna put some real truth out here tonight. Not tonight. This morning. I don't need you to go in here this morning. But I have to push the truth. Hold on, people. Hold on. I gotta show y'all something. And I have to show y'all right now. S23. And my button right here. The phone comes on, but guess what? Look at this corner right here. Screen on these Samsung phones can kill your whole phone when it's on. Let me show you something right here. There's a crack right here, here. And the phone still comes on. And there's more cracks in here. This is the S23 Edge. And I have an S20, that's an S23 Ultra. And the screen dies. Here to show you there's the S23 Ultra. I don't care one or two people. These are people who take my facts serious. And taking the truth serious. These mobile phones that you have in hand, G-Power, all that, are very strong phones. How many cracks I got in here? I got a crack right here. You know what I mean? I got cracks in the middle of the phone. Guess what? The motherfucker's still on. Through all the punishment that it went through with me doing my gig jobs. Still on. Still on. S23 dead. $300 repair for and $260 for that screen digitizer. One person's listening, that's good, because you know what it is. These guys are emotional on the internet and feminine. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. You cannot be effeminate around my family. My uncles and all, you couldn't be that. You wouldn't survive. And you wouldn't survive the cousins I know. And people I know if you're effeminate. Here's another phone that lasted for me. 2023 Ultra. See these two spots? The phone still keeps going like a Trojan horse. I didn't use it for a year or so because when I had the T-Mobile card and I couldn't make the payments to the T-Mobile, a fucking cell phone, a fucking bill that never ends. A cell phone bill that never goes in and never decreases. But these people have a way of psychologically messing with the mind and convincing people and covering up their stuff. Because when folks get tired of hearing this, they shut down. And they know it. Lease and everything. They know it. I'm not going against your lease, but hey, I had to put the truth out there to what it is. 0 people. What did I tell you? But with this phone right here, when I took the T-Mobile SIM card out of it, it turned back to normal phone, just putting on basic Wi-Fi and everything else. Just got them 2 spots. But like I said, the newest Motorola's are going to be coming to my channel. You know what I'm saying? The newest ones. I look forward to buying these new ones. And the Moto D Style 2026. You know what I'm saying? Like this one right here. Where I could go ahead, put a SD card. You can still put an SD card in this phone. And you still have a pen. It ain't the Samsung pen with remote features, but it is what it is. But the S26 got the same pen. You do a little bit, you can't really do shit. It's the same thing with the S26 and S. I'm gonna tell you. Less features, the better. But the truth is the truth, and the real is the real, and that's it. I'm glad that person got into his feelings. He got deleted. He got deleted. He probably watching right now. But I had to put the real out here. You want to be part of the corporation, you want the corporation to be a slave to them? Hey, that's up to you. I'm just giving you some facts. I'm not here to pull your cheek. I'm not here to put castor fucking oil in your mouth. I'm giving you the fucking truth. What the fuck? We have to do to give you the fucking truth. I'm not gonna break my back to it. You want to continue to be sheep? Hey, that's on you. It's not on me. You know what I'm saying? Other features on YouTube. Let me see. Okay. Just eliminate the camera. I know it's late now for a recorded video, but it was just on my mind to do what I had to do to put some facts out here. Do not get no S26. Because it's nothing but this. But all the stuff that's on 23, 24, and 25 is on there. You're not going to find it on the pen. Remote features and Bluetooth, you're not going to find it on the pen. So we're going to test the Motorola and see that's the same thing with the newest one, which is the Razr Fold. And if that's the truth, man. And you got my Razr Fold 2, got Bose speakers. But we're going to test it has Bose Bluetooth. It has that. If you got a good speaker system in your vehicle, and nowadays, you don't really need to get an amplifier to your vehicle no more. These cell phones can do it for you if you know how to do it right. And I know how to do it right. All right? That's what I know how to do. S23 was not allowed as a Motorola, but with the sound and the frequencies that are all the same on certain radios, I sound like I had a full-fledged system. And I was in a Kia's Sportless 2023. So and then the Camry 2017 has that too, where you can separate the volumes from the phone and all that, and you can combine the phone volume with the fucking Camry 2017 volume, all separate. But these new phones, these new radios now are trying to match the phone. Well, you can't do that no more. So this is on Keystone Tech. Just giving you a little small education on things. And I'm going to make these videos. You like these videos, make sure you put the subscribe count up. Make sure you sign up for the video. Make sure you sign up. Make sure you put some likes on this video. I'm giving you some real fucking shit that most tech people don't care to give you about. They don't care to listen to. Because the majority of y'all going to listen to what you're going to listen to. You're going to do what you want to do. You know what I mean? And the Razr 2 is the Razr 2023. Still stronger than anything. And this is still strong like the 2026 Razr. You dig what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I see what you're saying, Josh. No, you don't have to go anymore, so you can come here to Philly and face the consequences. You go look at what happened in Philadelphia this weekend. All the craziness and all the murders. I don't think a lot of people understand this East Coast environment, to be honest. I just put the truth out there, and that's just what I just do, You know what I mean? And that's what it is. I don't do too many videos. You know what I mean? That's all it is. And Gigi, you don't know the hard way. You got your feelings, and oh well. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And These Samsungs, they're going to get less and less features. Motorola's going to grow. Give it 2028. Motorola will be the top company. How you going to deal with the pioneer of cell phones? Motorola. How you going to deal with that? They were the first one. No Motorola. Wasn't for our people creating a cell phone. It wasn't for no Motorola. You're good. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you got time there for his disrespect. We don't play that. I put the facts out here. I put the facts out here people don't want to hear. So 2023, you see the case. Let me take the case off of this. This was a 10U case. Beautiful leather case. I got two of them. But this one was a pretty good case right here. And I'm happy to talk to people that are real. Down to earth one here. Not fake people who are in Hollywood. Just look at this thing. The back of this thing. Just so beautiful. Just so nice, you know. Of this 2020 game. When I first came out, I fell in love. That was the love I had for this, like I had for when they had that nice back to the hate red, that whatever the silver red, the solar red to the HTC U11, which I had in my hand 2 to 3 times. Man, I missed that phone. I still have that phone in my possession. I had to get it fixed. But we're so far. We 2026. That phone came out in 2017. Man, your level is a very amazing phone. Only bad thing about I had just to get a headphone jack. I had to put a bottom. I had to use a headphone jack on the bottom and all that. And a HTC jack as you connect your earphones to your speakers or and all that, get to the Bluetooth to it, man, was off the chain. That jack had 24-bit in it when you hook it up to your speakers. Man, well, I would listen to it on Scepter fucking trolleys, the 11 and all that, man. Now they changed the name to all these fucking trolleys with the new power T1, which is bullshit. Shit always will be what it is to me familiar. So you think y'all changing shit and fill it up for T1 and all that. Don't think we're gonna fucking remember what the fuck the shit is. It is what it is. 36, you know what I mean? All that. You can change it to a name. I know what the original shit was. I wrote it all the fucking time. As a Philadelphian myself. As a southeastern Pennsylvanian. 113. And you get the L being a 51. What the fuck? You know? I'm just a person not controlled by corporate, and I'm just keeping it real. And I am in the fair co-op. The fair co-op. And the fair co-op is helping drivers own their own business. And rideshare. And we have the iHeartRadio doing all commercials. So, in the future, you may get my code. I may put it in this video. And be beware. No, you're not going to get passengers with pushing the button. What you're going to do, have to build your business from scratch and do what you got to do. But that's another day, another time for that. But Motorola, make sure you get their phones. Make sure you purchase them. Even G Play is a good phone too. And that's a phone where you don't have all the extras, but it's basic. G Phone's one of the best basic phones that you could ever get. G Play. I think it's an excellent phone, to be honest, G Play. And highest you get for 128 and you only get 256. Same thing with the G style, but with both phones. ST car power. Some going to 1 terabyte, some going to 2. And I have one with a Samsung 512. So it is what it is, people. I'm going to get off of here and give you enough information. Just want to talk about, do your research on Motorola. Motorola is the great grandfather of all this technology and the cell phone market and CB and all that. You know what I mean? Your grandparents, great grandparents, anyone that was in law enforcement, they know about Motorola. Way before Samsung, way before HTC, and everything else. I'm going to do a big video on it. I ain't gotten to that point yet because I'm busy with the fair co-op. But when that video comes, you will understand. All right, I'm out.